drafting in a very interesting mix. Because I get it where Sunsparks is coming from, because they have this early potential lane bully, and they also have the Natalia for additional stealth show with overall, really backing up to whatever necessary, and finally the Thams with a little bit of, extra damage potential, and of course the tankiness at hand. But you have to take into consideration as well that Blacklist here really stuck with the fundamentals, and it kind of complements each and everyone's skill. But again, here onto the early phases of the game, Kilowatt will be free hit by this Claude at a very fast pace, and this is a good reflex onto the other members of Blacklist simply because they were able to aid him.
What an uncharacteristic blunder there, coming from Kiluash's Fams, which usually doesn't really die early on because of again mobility, but somehow again looking really good here. Blacklist International found that small opening and was able to punish an overextension here by Sunsparks. So that brings the goal total a little bit in the favor of Blacklist International side, and every other lane was affected very heavily by this. So, how impactful is that early game blunder going to be? Will Sunsparks be able to shake it off, basically? We'll have to wait.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And of course, going back into, to really compensate for what Sunsparks has lost, they decided to really go all out and just really prioritize this tower take onto the bottom side. But you know what? Blacklist being all reflexive and really alert onto the dangerous alert, they will be here. They are trying to free hit, but look at Kimmy, who's off the back, but unfortunately Tom's again for another kill right there. But Natalia onto the back and goes stealthily and kills the Claude in the long run. And the Joe is not going to get any points because Sunsparks is just taking the lead. So this is a pretty interesting all throughout, because this is like a domino effect,
Yeah, check out Sunsparks. Pedal to the metal there. Able to really capitalize on that tower takedown. So no tower to block off your exit. Gave everyone such a big confidence boost to go for another tower dive. Again, alongside JP's show, a great enabler in that engagement. Again, Reflation going to go down really quickly there. A little bit of uncharacteristic mistake. I think Sunsparks might have been a little lax there on the defense. Again, it's not that big of a deal. Sunsparks are pretty much uneven, which is making Greed and KLVJ super effective on the Kimmy and the Natalia.
Yes, I'm kind of, really scared for Fars's, capacity to get that power spike and really erase the rough breacher on the board. But again, going back right here, the movement is all through Alia here, stealthy and getting some pickups to and fro when no one's watching. And this is something that you have to take into account. I mean, this that have tanky heroes into play, you really have to commend Greed right here. Just kicking off very patiently, one by one, their backs. And the thing is, Blacklist here is, not too far off by really off from us. And the best thing that we, just really gather all those resources that can be as much as possible before any dominance in terms of map control happens.
Yeah, because if we're talking about resources, this is a lot better compared to earlier where the Kimmy had to really dive alongside a Bruno for resources. Kimmy, the KLVJ, is getting a majority of the goal around the map. Again, with Greed this time on, I semi-support Natalia, because as we all know, Natalia did get reworked a lot compared to before where it was only support. Now look at it. It's getting the kills, and it's getting the damage that's needed to really get the Sunsparks Sunsparks composition moving.
Yes, indeed. And although Claude here is alone onto the bottom side, JP will be, reacting to whatever Claude is trying to pull right here. Okay, there is the flicker. And Riddler is in a bit of a half health right now. Let's see if the Cho will be going. But the Kimmy is on to the rescues, and he's trying his very best to really evade everything. But you know what? Let's just accept the fact that I'm cornered, so we have to give this skill to them. And going back here, transitioning from the bottom side onto the mid, it looks like this time Sunsparks is in a little bit of an allowance to just really go for some extra resources on the turf of Blacklist.
Yeah, you can really tell how well the Sunsparks composition is doing in terms of synergizing. JP working well with the Cho, allowing KLVJ and Kiluash great leeway here, going for a very easy snipe there. I like the way that they moved and picked off and then went back into the back line to go for the tower. JP got a pick off, huge pick off on the Riddler, able to be MIO now there, but picked up by Green on the back foot. Wow, what a play. Sunsparks, they're getting all the gold in the map and not leaving anything to Blacklist.
I love how really alert the Natalia is, really aware that Claude could go back anytime. Just really took advantage of that and goes for the kill. But going back here, looks like Farsa is not going to be far off in terms of a damage potential. Falling Star is going to be used. Green is in a brink of health and will be shutting down the Natalia, but up to what cost? KLVJ here doing a good job in shoving away the members of Blacklist in time for his members to be, going back to safety.
Oof, look at that missile. Really making the rocket damage really high because of, again, great itemization. I gotta say, Aqua and Dexstar did a good job with the follow-up onto the jungle side, enabling a good defense and basically giving Blacklist some breathing room. But I hope they can keep this up longer because from the looks of it, this Kimmy is ready to just really put the damage onto the Blacklist International members. He's just looking for that perfect opportunity, that perfect positioning, and he's just ready to go. Look at this.
Okay, indeed. So far, Dexstar is the one taking all of the hits that Kimmy is actually throwing against him. But even though was the little leeway on the breathe, for the side of Blacklist International, they don't really have that much of a space because they can't really waste any more pickoffs. Because from what the momentum Sunsparks is throwing at them right now, it's just really dominating.
Let the weak melt
Yeah, dominance is showing on all sides of the map. Even Kahlua should have put a bit of a rocky start on the FAMs, is now very confidently just pushing on the top side with the rest of the team, with Greed, with JP, looking for people to pick off. And now it might be a bit of a messy scruffle here around the jungle. They're defending, and the kill goes over to the mid lane. Riddler very close to death, but able to defend against Greed.
Yes, that is a good job in actually picking up the Natalia. So technically, we're showing some of damage output here for the Claude. But you have to take note as well that Sunsparks still has that and this is a Blacklist anytime soon.
Yeah, Blacklist really, they can go down anytime, and KLVJ just has to make sure that he is alive alongside Rafflesia. Of course, very great at supporting KLVJ. These two have been together for quite a long time, and the synergy, you can already tell, it's there, it's showing. And Kiluash meshing well with the rest of Sunsparks, being one of the newer members alongside Greed. They're not showing that they're behind right now. They look like they're showing like they're catching up with the synergy, and they're looking like a really strong team against Blacklist.
Indeed, and I like it how dispersed the members of Sunsparks are, basically because they have the map control and they get to call the shots in whichever they would go for a potential pickoff. But then again, going Blacklist has the option right now to really go and defend, since the wave of minions is the most resources that they could get as much as possible right now. But if they are able to really fish out the squishier members of Sunsparks, Sunsparks, this could be a potential comeback. But then again, like what we've been seeing here, Kimmy really optimizing those resource takings and just giving some space while the other members, just really stand by for that potential pickoff is, something you have to really consider here because in terms of, picking up the pace, it is, really siding with Sunsparks right now.
Yeah, and they're really abusing that 7,000 goal lead that they have with the Kimmy. Although the only thing they're doing right now is keeping Blacklist International in the base. So far, they're not getting as much kills as they want. The kill score is not that big of a deal, but the gold is just massive. And the pressure is on the Blacklist to make something happen, or else they'll just keep falling lower and lower and lower in terms of gold.
Yes, indeed. And there was supposed to be an initial fight happening onto the top side. But you know what? I think Kimmy and others would really focus onto this Lord take, which is done successfully by Sunsparks. And now, really transition on to another potential pickoff. This is good discipline. This is good shot calling on the side of Sunsparks. Okay, Ray of the Dragon is going to be used to kick away. The Immortality is going to be propped anytime. But Kimmy with that free hit will be killing spree by Natalia, but you know what is not gonna stop Sunsparks and goes for another killing spree right here. Ladies and gents, Barca trying as much as he can to really shove away the members of Suns.
Yeah, look at that Kimmy rocket, almost like a nuke. At the same time, Green trying to get some kills, trying to get a tower take on the top lane, enables Sunsparks full control of the map. Lord is now walking up on the mid lane. JP looking for a target. The chick is going in. The Force got caught. That's almost a kill on the JP. Riddler on the back foot will take off JP, but that damage has been done. Mid laner is now down. A big blazing duet from Riddler will be able to wipe out the minions, slows down the push, but it's not done just yet.
Of course, we are seeing right here Sunsparks doing a petite smell, flying the overall this and making a pressure look like it means the as he takes advantage of that tower dive, going back and debuff to nullify any debuff right there, and the flicker just on the inside hit by the towers as well. So this is going to be in a pinchy situation for Blacklist International. Looking at this, the discipline and the patience of the members of Suns. If you notice, they're really coordinated in a timely manner.
Yeah, and if you also notice, the goal lead is at 12,000 right now, and most of that is on that Kimmy. So you gotta imagine how powerful this Kimmy is right now.
Yeah, imagine the dad of the different marksman. And this is usually if you really have that lane bully potential really coming into play, and Sunsparks is doing a good job demonstrating that. And you have to consider as well for the side of Blacklist that if ever so they can manage to capture this Kimmy and pick it off alongside with other squishier heroes, this can be an epic comeback for them. But the question is, will Sunsparks let that happen, considering the fact that these two are well-rounded and protected?
Yeah, because it's hard, right? Down, at least that's going to be easy for Blacklist. 4v5 should make it easier for them. Ooh,
indeed, but you know what? Okay, that was a bit of risk for Green right there. But he managed to push that tower safely, and all the more exposes the base of Blacklist International. So I think for Sunsparks, they just really have to be a bit of patient in terms of getting a potential team fight, because you really can't neglect the damage that both the Farsa and the Claude is giving, alongside with Esmeralda support on that Falling Star move.
Yeah, if I was on the ranked game, I would say this is a sure win. Come on, guys. Let's just try to finish this, right? I think that's the call right now for Sunsparks. But again, really good discipline. I hope it doesn't backfire, though, because they are slowing down the pace a little bit. Fams, though, absorbing a lot of damage. On the backline, Green, able to pick off the Farsa. Oh my god, that is huge. That's a lot of damage being removed from Blacklist. And the Claude goes down. on the end there, able to remove basically one of the only people that was keeping that game at least uneven. The defense was almost being handled completely by the Farsa, and Greed being that sneaky Natalia, able to go to the back.